Almost everyone knows what sinkholes are and just how dangerous they can be. They can swallow entire roads and buildings. What most haven't heard of is karst and how it relates to the formation of sinkholes, let alone how sinkholes might even benefit an area.
Karst is formed when groundwater circulates through the subsurface and dissolves certain types of rock. Some types of rock are more soluble than others. When that rock in the subsurface gets dissolved, it forms features like caves and sinkholes. So if you live someplace where there are lots of caves and sinkholes, then you are living on a karst landscape.
The most common type of sinkhole is known as a solutional sinkhole, which means it forms by slowly dissolving away the bedrock. They dissolve slowly by rainwater moving into the ground, dissolving away the rock, and their function is to put water into our aquifers. They're benign. They don't really collapse. These don't make the headlines, but they are the most common sinkhole around the world.
There are small sinkholes in cities and rural areas around the world. The sum total cost of sinkholes is huge. New figures show the cost is over $300 million each year in U.S. road repairs alone. There's a growing field of research looking at reducing this impact and easing lives.
Apart from the fact that people sometimes die, there is a real significant cost to society because of sinkhole hazards. You don't always get catastrophic collapse, but sometimes we're just talking about general subsidence, and that can create problems for foundations of people's homes and people's businesses. Then it can cause significant problems on transportation networks. Some highways have to be completely relocated because of subsidence issues. You're dealing with costs on the order of $300 million a year nationwide, just in the impact on highways, just on transportation networks.
There's three main things to think about when it comes to prevention of sinkholes or preventing damage and risk from sinkholes. The first thing is to do a study to identify what is the likely risk of a sinkhole in a particular area. The second step is to look at the practices of your land use. The biggest issue with sinkholes, the biggest reason for sinkhole collapse is bad water management. Because see, most sinkholes form not by bedrock collapsing, but by soil collapsing. The soil gets washed down into the bedrock and creates a soil cave. And because soil is not as structurally strong as bedrock, the soil can collapse in easily. The third thing is that what can we do to minimize the damage? Essentially, think about taking a chain link fence and putting that into your concrete roadway, so that if the concrete tries to buckle and sink in there, that chain link fence, will then hold it in place so the road doesn't go down.
The National Cave and Karst Research Institute is a leader in the sinkhole and karst field. Working to answer the mysteries about caves and karsts, the National Cave and Karst Research Institute strives to reduce harmful impacts like sinkholes and maximize the beneficial side of karst, such as protecting clean and abundant supplies of groundwater.
The National Cave and Karst Research Institute is devoted to caves and karst in the United States. There are a lot of local organizations and universities that conduct karst research, but we try to be kind of like a gathering point for a lot of that karst research nationwide.
The National Cave and Karst Research Institute was created through the U.S. Congress in 1998. Now, we were created to conduct, support, facilitate, promote cave and karst research, education, management, collecting and archiving of data, and collaborations that supports all of that.
The National Cave and Karst Research Institute is shaping how we understand and interact with our environment. The Institute brings together broad areas of research, management, and education to save money, structures, and lives.
There is a lot of new stuff going on in karst research that overlaps into other fields. Like there's a lot of research going on about the role of microbial communities in the development of caves, for example. There's a lot of new work that's being done in karst geophysics. We do a lot of near-surface geophysical investigations of karst phenomena. And a lot of these people are kind of working in their own silos. We want to try and consolidate all of that, make sure that these people know what everyone is doing and how they can interact.
We've got dozens of organizations around the world who are teamed together to educate the world about the importance of caves and karst. Even if you don't live in a karst area, everyone is affected to some degree by caves and karst. The fact that baths, which are associated with caves, are responsible for over 450 different foods, medicines, industrial products that we all use. Culturally, many of the most important archaeological sites in the world are found in caves. It's all connected. We're part of a puzzle, but we are an integral part of that puzzle.
To learn more, contact us today.